This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Today is Tuesday, which means we're doing a top 5 list, and the topic under discussion today it's basically a little bit of advice, a few pointers on what to do when you're selling a guitar, whether you're selling it on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, like I tend to use mainly eBay or Reverb or whatever platform you're selling it on. You know, all of these things apply, and frankly, I think that they're all just basic common sense, but you see so many people not doing these things that I thought it was worth mentioning in a video. So these are my top 5 tips for what to do when selling a guitar, starting with...
Clean the damn guitar.
Yep, get it clean. Okay, clean the guitar. I've just bought a guitar on eBay, got a really good price on it. The reason I've just, you'll see me unboxing it later in the week, the reason I got such a good price on it was because in the photos you could see that this guitar, like all of the kind of hardware, the gold-plated tuners and everything were, you know, a bit sort of grubby and not particularly shiny, and, you know, the fretboard had, you know, all that kind of finger gunk all over it that needed cleaning, and, you know, and the strings looked kind of dull and perhaps a little bit corroded. So people were just thinking, no, I'll pass on that one, and I think the guy must have lowered the price quite a bit. You know, once or twice maybe, to get it sold. Hence I got a good price on it, which worked out good for me, because all it took was a little bit of elbow grease to get the guitar kind of in, you know, spick and span, spotless condition. But it didn't work out well for the guy selling it, because he could have got more money for it if he'd cleaned it. So, and you see this happen all the time, you know. You take a walk up the high street in town here and take a peek in cash converters, and you see guitars in there that have got 5 strings on, and they're rusty and it's covered in muck and everything. You think you could have probably got a bit more money when you took this guitar in, if only you'd put a new set of strings on and, you know, kind of cleaned it a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. And, you know, so just clean the thing, get it presenting its best look to the potential customers. Next.
Do a basic setup.
Yeah, do a bit of a rudimentary setup on the guitar. You don't have to be, you know, kind of a massively skilled luthier to do this. There are plenty of videos on YouTube on, you know, how to adjust truss rods. I've done one of those myself. How to get rid of fret buzz, setting the intonation. Just get the guitar playing nicely. You know, and that coupled with, you know, the fact that it looks all kind of shiny, and as shiny as a new pin because you've cleaned it, will increase your chances of a sale, especially if you put in the listing, you know, recently set up, new strings and everything like that. I think that always, you know, kind of catches a potential buyer's eye and think, yeah, okay, so I can just buy this guitar and I'm not going to have to invest any time and effort in getting it playing right. And, you know, it takes virtually no time at all. It's, you know, it's something that's going to take you maybe as long as it takes to write the eBay listing and take the photos to get it playing nice. You know, fresh strings, action, intonation, truss rod, etc. Get the guitar set up, put that in the listing. You will increase your chances of selling the guitar. Next.
Take good photos.
Again, one that should go without saying, taking decent quality pictures. You don't need to have, you know, some kind of, you know, high-end camera or anything. Most of us these days just take pictures with our phones. But take a look on eBay or any platform, and you will often see guitars photographed in someone's back garden. You know, why? Because natural daylight is always the best way of getting a decent photo. So take good photos. Plenty of close-ups of things, you know, kind of just making the guitar look good, because, you know, I don't know about you, but when I'm kind of looking at a listing and there's kind of 2 pictures, you know, one of the front of the guitar, one of the back, and it's, you know, and maybe one of them's blurry. If you take a blurry photo, take it again, okay? How long does it take to go, you know, kind of click like that? it takes that long to do it. If one of the photos is blurry, you see this all the time, especially on eBay, where you think, did you not look at this picture and think, yeah, I can. That's out of focus. Just take decent photos in daylight. Plenty of close-ups. I like to kind of scroll through the pictures, kind of having a look at them, that's what it looks like from this angle, that's what it looks like from that angle. Plenty of good quality photos with decent lighting, and once again, it and make sure that you pick the best photo as the main photo, the one that people will see as they're kind of scrolling down all of the listings of all of the guitars that they're looking at. Decent quality photos. It's the shop window for your guitar, and again, it should go without saying that people shop with their eyes, so give them something nice to look at. It's not rocket science, is it? Let's have a look and see what's next.
Be honest.
Yep, be honest. If the guitar has nicks and dings, or any kind of imperfections, point these out. Take photographs as best you can of them. If they don't photograph well, make sure you things like buckle rash on the back of a guitar can be notoriously difficult to get a decent shot of, because it depends on the angle of the light and everything. But certainly mention it, and where possible, if there is like a chip or something like that, kind of just put a little circle around it. Use kind of Photoshop or even Microsoft Paint or something like that, just to kind of say, okay, yeah, I need to point this little ding out. Make sure that you are honest and that the guitar is as described, because it's the way to avoid getting negative feedback. It's the way to avoid having to pay somebody a refund. I suffered from this. A couple of years ago, I bought a thin line Telecaster that was going to feature on the channel, but it never did, because it turned up and the truss rod was completely goosed. The neck, the action wasn't too bad. It was playable, but it was a bit on the high side once you started getting up into between the 7th and kind of 13th, 14th frets, that typical sort of bow in the neck like that. So, okay, no problem. I'll give the truss rod a little bit of a tweak, and it was absolutely jammed solid, would not move. And I basically had a little bit of a back and forth with the guy who sold me the guitar, and said this guitar isn't as described. And he was a little bit, shall we say, argumentative. Kind of tried telling me that, returns not accepted means returns not accepted. And I said, yeah, but the guitar isn't as described. It's not fit for purpose, and I eventually got my money back. But to avoid all of that unpleasantness, all you've got to do is be honest in the listing. It's, if it's not worth not doing it. And you see some people kind of trying to pass off, and I've seen this a couple of 3 times, something that is a Fender Stratocaster that clearly isn't a Fender Stratocaster. It says Fender Stratocaster on the headstock, but is obviously a fake. I'm not sure that that's even legal, is it? I think there's always probably some wiggle room about sold in good faith, didn't realise it was a fake. It's not a good look. So just be honest. Don't try and pass something off as something that it isn't. Next.
Be flexible on shipping.
Yes, be flexible on shipping. Especially on eBay, you see a lot of listings that are local pickup only. Now, I can understand why people don't want to. Maybe you haven't got a guitar box to pack the guitar up in. Maybe you don't really want to take the responsibility of shipping and insuring, some kind of high-end instrument. But here's the thing. I sold a set of hi-fi speakers on eBay, about 10 years ago. There were a set of really high-end Mordant short speakers, and I just put them as local pickup only. But then a potential buyer got in touch with me and said, how about if I send you the packing materials, you pack the speakers up, and I will then organise a courier to come and pick them up. So I said, yeah, if you're willing to do that, and we did it. So offer that as a service, say, okay, local pickup only, but if you send me the necessary, if you courier the necessary packaging to me, I will pack the guitar up, and then you arrange the courier to come and pick it up. That is, it's being more flexible on shipping allows you to ship to sell to a potentially much wider market. And from personal experience, as I said with those hi-fi speakers, it got me a sale where otherwise I probably wouldn't have had one. So don't be thinking, oh well, because I don't want to ship it. There is no difference between a courier coming and picking it up or your customer coming and picking it up. It's still being picked up from your house. You're not having to lug it to the post office. It's if somebody else is organising the packaging in the courier service, then offer that as an option to potential buyers, and you'll stand a better chance of getting a sale. So there you go. Those are my 5 top tips for selling guitars on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Reverb, wherever you sell your guitars. They all work for me, and it's when people don't do these things that you kind of start thinking, well, why not? All of these things are, as I said at the top of the video, I think common sense things. So, it's just do them and you'll be more successful. And that is pretty much the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'm sure you'll agree. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.